Let me ask you, have you ever created what you would consider at the time a perfect social post? And your finger hovers over that share button, but then something just tells you you shouldn't publish it. You're not alone. Every day, countless talented entrepreneurs just like you are hiding their brilliance because something inside whispers, not yet, not good enough. People might judge. What if I told you this hesitation, it isn't just about losing out on visibility for your business? It's about you missing opportunities, the chance to truly help people to get the breakthrough that they need. So today we're tackling the spotlight syndrome and how overcoming it might just be the breakthrough that your business and your life needs as well. Ready to break free from the solopreneur struggle? This is the Ease and Impact Thriving as a Solopreneur podcast. I'm Frankie J, a surfer, a mum, and an 8-year solopreneur myself. Join me as I peel back the layers to a thriving online business without the guru hype or the burnout. I'm going to show you the proven strategies and tools that I use so you can build a sustainable digital business without sacrificing your well-being. Let's get you thriving as a solopreneur. Welcome to Ease and Impact, your weekly dose of practical advice for the solo business journey. And today we're diving into why so many brilliant entrepreneurs resist being visible online and how we can finally break free of this pattern. If you're finding value in these conversations, then please subscribe wherever it is you're listening right now. Your support can help other solopreneurs to discover these strategies that can transform their business. But why should you listen in? What could change for you as a result of listening to today's episode? Imagine waking up to booking requests or messages saying, your content really spoke to me. Or feeling confident that every time you share your expertise, it's actually drawing in your ideal client, the people you should be helping, rather than pushing them away. What if showing up online actually felt good instead of scary or draining? Well, by the end of this episode, you're going to have some practical tools to work through some of those fears that are keeping you hidden, some simple strategies to increasing your visibility in authentic ways, and perhaps a new perspective on what putting yourself out there really means for you and your business growth. So let's talk about what's really happening when we resist visibility. It's called the spotlight syndrome. It's that feeling of being seen is somehow dangerous or exposing. And in my 8 years of working with clients to either create a news video or through promoting their business, that is something that every one of these people have dealt with to some degree, and even myself. So you are not alone, know that. You know that running a business online, visibility isn't optional. It's essential. Your expertise, no matter how brilliant, remains invisible without a platform to share it. But knowing this from a logical standpoint doesn't make it any emotionally easier, does it? So let's address the 3 biggest fears I hear from my clients about showing up online. First, the fear of criticism. Many entrepreneurs tell me, I'm afraid people will judge me negatively. But here's a different way to look at that. When somebody leaves a negative comment on your content, that's actually a milestone worth celebrating. It means you've actually been reaching enough people that some of them won't agree with you. And that's exactly how it should be. When criticism comes, and it will, I like to ask myself, is this expert feedback that I can learn from? Or is it just someone projecting their own fears? Either way, responding from a place of compassion rather than defensiveness changes everything. I really believe that love genuinely trumps hate in the online space. The second major block for people is imposter syndrome, that nagging, am I good enough question. Think about the people that you most admire and follow online. At one point, they were exactly where you are now. They didn't start as experts. They became experts partly by sharing their journey. And your current knowledge, even if you consider it in progress, is exactly what someone else needs right now. The person 2 steps behind you is on a path and it's looking for exactly what you know today. And I think we often forget that. We get stuck in knowing or not knowing what we do right now. And we don't tend to remember or focus in on what it was like 2 or 3 steps ago. Now, these 2 fears in particular are ones I experienced in a big way when I started out. I was the smartphone video expert and I knew I had to appear on camera, but I hated every second of it. So much so that if you watch some of those first videos, my eyes are glistening because I'm on the verge of tears. The third fear is overthinking authenticity. So many entrepreneurs get paralyzed wondering, well, does authenticity mean I need to share everything about my life or about my business? And I know that feeling because we feel like everyone is same and sharing and talking about the same things. But the answer is no, you don't have to share every bit of information. Authenticity isn't about full disclosure. In fact, most people probably don't even care to learn all that. But it is about genuine connection. Share what feels natural and aligned with your message. The right audience, that's what they'll respond to, not some kind of forced vulnerability. Now, let's debunk some of these fears and myths about online visibility that have been holding you back. Number one, everyone will judge me negatively. Now, for starters, I don't think I've ever had a post reach everyone. But the reality is, it's not. It's not going to reach everyone. But you are going to reach people for good or for bad that are interested in your topic. But for every person who might judge you, there are so many more who will admire your courage and learn from your perspective, even if they're quiet, if they're not the ones commenting. What if instead of assuming judgment, you ask yourself, well, what if they admire my willingness to share? Or what if this content is exactly what someone needs to hear today? Number two, only established experts deserve attention. Every expert, you know this, every expert started as a beginner who chose to share what they knew. It's not for the person where you are right now. It's for the past you, the person struggling with what you have been able to overcome. You only need to be a step or two ahead of them. Your perspective is valuable precisely because it's unique to you. The market does not need another carbon copy. It needs your authentic voice and approach. Number three, making a mistake online is fatal to your business. We're scared about making mistakes, especially publicly. And in reality, how you handle mistakes often matters more than the mistake themselves. Audiences connect with humanity, not perfection. In fact, some of my most meaningful connections with my audience have come after me showing my imperfections. So if these fears have been holding you back, how do you move forward? Start by recognizing that your discomfort around visibility is natural. Even today, I'll get butterflies in my stomach. But it's also a sign that you're growing. You know, that butterflies in your stomach when you think about posting, it's not just fear. It's also, I like to think, excitement about possibilities, or that it's care about your message and your audience. The cost of staying comfortable and hidden is far greater than the temporary discomfort of being seen. Every day that you choose safety over visibility is a day that someone who needs your solution can't find you. You do not need to wait until you've made it to start sharing. And in fact, bringing people along the journey creates a deeper connection than just showing polished results all the time. So here is a practical challenge for you this week. First, identify your top 3 fears around visibility. Write them down, making sure that they're descriptive rather than them just swirling around in your head a whole bunch of words. Second, try and think of an outcome that is a complete opposite to what the voice in your head is saying or what that fear is you wrote down. So people might think I'm not qualified or not an expert. Maybe that could be my perspective right now, could be exactly what someone needs. Third, commit to one authentic action this week. So maybe share a behind the scenes glimpse of your work, or post about a lesson that you've learned, or some kind of content addressing a common question or struggle people have in your industry. Fourth, when feedback comes, positive or negative, practice engaging from a place of curiosity and compassion rather than defensiveness. And finally, celebrate taking the action, regardless of what the immediate outcome is. Your act of showing up matters more than that single post's performance. Remember, building visibility is a journey, and it always will be. Each small step compounds over time and creates momentum. Thank you so much for spending the time with me today, and until next week, keep creating that impact with ease.